Hi friends and dear students, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I will not teach you any topic. I am just going to ask you some multiple choice questions. जो भी मेरे viewers हैं जिन्होंने मेरी previous videos देखी हैं that is on essential newborn care, kangaroo mother care and care of low birth weight baby. उनके लिए थोड़ा easy होगा इन questions के answer करना. आपको कुछ नहीं करना है. आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू आस्क यू सम क्वेश्चंस और आपने क्या करना है कि जैसे जैसे मैं आपसे क्वेश्चंस पूछती जाऊंगी आपने उनके आंसर्स जो है वो नोट डाउन करते जाना है. आपने देखना है कि आपको कितने क्वेश्चंस के आंसर्स आते हैं और एट लास्ट आपने टोटल स्कोर करना है. एंड आई थिंक इट विल बी गुड सेल्फ असेसमेंट फॉर यू. एंड जो भी आपका टोटल स्कोर होगा वो आप मुझे बता सकते हो बाय रिप्लाइंग मी थ्रू द कमेंट्स. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द क्वेश्चंस. क्वेश्चन नंबर 1. Which action best explains the main role of surfactant in the neonate? Option A. Assist with ciliary body maturation in the upper airways. Helps maintain a rhythmic breathing pattern. C. Promotes clearing mucus from the respiratory tract. D. Helps the lungs remain expanded after the initiation of breathing. So the right answer is helps the lungs remain expanded after the initiation of breathing. Basically, surfactant works by reducing the surface tension in the lung, and the surfactant allows the lung to remain slightly expanded and decreasing the amount of work required for the inspiration. Next, question number 2. While assessing a 2-hour-old neonate, the nurse observes the neonate to have acrocyanosis. Which of the following nursing action should be performed initially? Option A. Activate the emergency system. B. Do nothing because acrocyanosis is normal in the neonate. C. Immediately take the newborn temperature according to hospital policy. D. Notify the physician of the need for cardiac consult. So the right answer is do nothing because acrocyanosis is normal in the neonate. Acrocyanosis is a bluish discoloration of the hand and the feet in the neonate, जिसे हम पेरिफेरल साइनोसिस भी बोलते हैं और ये एक नॉर्मल फाइंडिंग है एंड इट शुड नॉट लास्ट मोर देन 24 आवर्स आफ्टर द बर्थ ऑफ द neonate. Next, question number 3. A neonate has been diagnosed with caput succedanum. Which statement is correct about this condition? Option A. It usually resolves in 3 to 6 weeks. B. It does not cross the cranial suture line. C. It's a collection of blood between the skull and the periosteum. D. It involves swelling of tissue over the presenting part of the presenting head. So the right answer is option D. It involves swelling of the tissue over the presenting part of the presenting head. Basically, it is just because of the due to sustained pressure which is applied by the mother at the time of delivery to push the baby to out. And it resolves in 3 to 4 days. Next, question number 4. The nurse is aware that a neonate of a mother with diabetes is at risk for what complication? Anemia. B. Hypoglycemia. C. Nitrogen loss. D. Thrombosis. So the right answer is hypoglycemia. Neonate of mother with diabetes are at risk of hypoglycemia due to increased insulin level. During gestation, an increased amount of glucose is transferred to the fetus across the placenta and the neonate's liver cannot initially adjust to the changing glucose levels. After this may result in an overabundance of insulin in the neonates resulting in hypoglycemia. So next, question number 5. A nurse is assessing a newborn infant who was born to a mother who is addicted to drugs. Which of the following assessment finding would the nurse expect to note during the assessment of this newborn? Option A. Sleepiness, cuddles when being held, lethargy, and instant cry. So the right answer is instant cry. A newborn infant born to a woman using drugs is irritable. The infant is overloaded easily by the sensory stimulation. So the babies usually may cry. Next, question number 6. When teaching umbilical cord care to a new mother, the nurse would include which information? Option A. Apply peroxide to the cord with each diaper change. Option B, cover the cord with petroleum jelly after bathing. C, keep the cord dry and open to air. D, wash the cord with soap and water each day during to tub bath. So the right answer is C, keep the cord dry and open to air. Keeping the cord dry and open to air help to reduce the infection and the cord become easily dry. So the next question is question number 7. A newborn has small whitish pinpoint spots over the nose, which the nurse knows are caused by retained sebaceous secretions. When charting this observation, the nurse identifies it as option A, milia, B, lenigo, C, whiteheads, D, Mongolian spot. So the right answer is milia. Milia occurs commonly and are not indicative of any illness and eventually disappears. Next, question number 8. The nurse decides on a teaching plan for a new mother and her infant. The plan should include A, discussing the matter with her in a non-threatening manner, showing by example and explanation how to care for the infant, setting up a schedule for teaching the mother how to care for her baby, and option D, supply the emotional support to the mother and encouraging her independence. So the answer is showing by example and explanation how to care for the infant. Teaching the mother by example is a non-threatening approach that allows her to proceed at her own pace. So next is the question number 9. To help limit the development of hyperbilirubinemia in the neonate, the plan of care should include A, monitoring for the passage of meconium each shift, B, instituting phototherapy for 30 minutes every 6 hours, C, substituting breastfeeding for formula during the second day after birth, option D, supplementing breastfeeding with glucose water during the first 24 hours. So the right answer is monitoring for the passage of meconium each shift. Basically, bilirubin is excreted by the gastrointestinal tract, and if meconium is retained, the bilirubin is reabsorbed. So the next question number 10. By keeping the nursery temperature warm and wrapping the neonate in blankets, the nurse is preventing which type of heat loss? Option A, conduction, option B, convection, C, evaporation, and D, radiation. So the right answer is convection. Convection heat loss is the flow of heat from the body surface to the cooler air. So this is all about our today's multiple choice questions. अगर आपको मेरा वीडियो अच्छा लगा होगा, कंटेंट अच्छा लगा हो, then please subscribe my channel, like my video and please press the bell icon.